All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. So this is going to be, we're going to take a look at some FX pairs before the New York Open, see if we can't find some setups. This morning, FinViz is showing us that USD is going to be the strongest pair of the day. That's just starting right now, though. It's a few hours before the US Open, or the New York Open anyways. So we're going to see what's going on. I looked at all the USD pairs this morning already. I'm not seeing anything that I like. USD CAD is something that is extremely oversold. So I've been kind of keeping an eye on it to see if it wants to bounce. At least give us a short-term opportunity. Obviously, the trend is completely to the downside. It's beneath all of its major moving averages, so it is absolutely not something that you want to look for like a longer-term trade. But for an intraday scalp, it may be something. This is the daily chart, and you can clearly see that it hasn't even tested yesterday's midpoint yet. So probably not going to keep this on the radar. Like I said, just because FinViz shows that the dollar is the strongest and all of these things right here are weaker, that can change, and that can change drastically. So anybody in the CTM understands that I've been watching pound dollar. I'm still bullish on this asset. We've been trading inside days. So since Thursday's candle, all these have been inside days. Now today is red, but it is testing an area of support. Yesterday I assumed that it was going to go higher, but it may trade sideways for a couple more days even. You are above all your major moving averages, and this right here was a breakout above this resistance level. So I'm assuming this push lower is just a retest, and buyers are getting accumulated right now. Ultimately, this is my target. Let me write target in here. Oh, that's not target. I am dropping a lot of frames this morning, so apologies about that. So that's what I'm targeting. One spot 40174. Let me go over here and see what's going on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, all right. This thing is just falling off a cliff as far as the frames. All right, so good morning, Dan, J Bradley, Wes Diaz, DZ, Flo. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, pound dollar, I'm still bullish on it. I'm not fighting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fight it. I do want it to show me the fact that it absolutely is holding support. So if you look at this on a 4-hour chart, you can see that you have broken beneath this support line. Right, there is no support line there, but there it is. All right, you have broken beneath this, and it's just basically retesting. So as of right now, the sellers are in control of this asset. You can see over here how you had a big down move during this section of price action. So all of this right here is just consolidation. Now, it looks like the bulls were in control. I mean, obviously, this was a big, strong move to the upside. And when it came up here, you can see that it did smoke the liquidity resting above these two highs right here. You see this? So this is that high. This one did not penetrate. You traded completely away from there for a very long period of time. Now you came back and you took that. So me thinking that price is going to move up here to one spot 40174 to get this last high, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I could absolutely be wrong. This right here could have been a sufficient enough move to turn the market around. But it's not acting like it wants to go down. So we opened up Sunday morning, or Sunday night. We opened up right here and we put in this candle here and made a high. But you can see that it came into 4-hour resistance. It was also 2-hour resistance as well. Perfect touch off of that. Sellers got reloaded, pushed the thing down. So this little consolidation area through last night into early morning, the London Open, you can see that it's not making massive moves, right? These are little candle ranges. If we go into a 5-minute chart, you can see just how small the range is. Let me scrunch this up, spread it out a little bit. So this is that big run up, took out the liquidity, and then you had a move down, consolidation, another move down. So since this leg to the downside, this consolidation, and then this leg to the downside, this is all consolidation, and it's all trading inside of this leg, this price leg right here. So this thing can take off. The problem is finding an area where it wants to take off from And where am I no longer looking for bullish entries on this asset is when we take out this daily closing candle. All right. This line right here indicates that level is 1.38381. This level right here, if we get a daily push beneath this and then a stab back to the upside, then I may still be interested in it. You can see right now pound is getting ready to take off. Looks like it on the daily chart, right? So you're trading inside day. This thing could be the time that breaks out. So I'm definitely looking for some bullish entries. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good evening. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Too early for the U.S. Haha. Yeah, it's a bit early. It's 5:57 a.m. where I live, but I got up a little bit earlier this morning because I am going to start doing these morning streams. The problem was I thought that the internet would be better because they wouldn't be throttling me, seeing how it's early morning in the U.S., but it's not. I was wrong. It's dropping frame after frame. So I guess I'll just have to wait and get more consistent once I have better internet connection. But pound dollar is my favorite pair for the week. So I understand today is Tuesday. I am looking for this weekly range expansion to head to the upside. We go to a weekly chart. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Last week closed green, but it barely closed green, right? And then this week, you can see just how small of a range we are currently trading in. This is your weekly resistance level. So if we get rid of all of our lines right now and start with this one weekly line and then go back inside of price, you can see how this weekly level is working out, right? So if we go in here yesterday, this was Sunday. No, this was yesterday's candle. All right, so you can see how basically this weekly is holding perfectly, right? It held that close and it held this candle's open. So we got a bullish push. We're pushing back down into it again. And the fact that you're above your major moving averages, you have to look on this as a bullish trade. Just because the dollar is strong right now does not mean it will stay strong for the New York Open. How is there only 15? Oh, it's very early. It's very early. The majority of the people that subscribe to me are up around 9 o'clock in the morning. It's okay, though. I'm not worried about it. Don't worry about it. Once this starts happening, it will happen on a frequently basis. I will be doing this almost probably at least every other morning ahead of Jordan's stream and everything. So that way people know what to look for that day if you are a daily price action trader. Let's go see if we can't find something to watch. So it looks like this 4 hour is about to take out this 4 hour, or it's at least trying to. So simply because now this is that daily level. So what I would do is I would absolutely put a day there. So that way you know that that is your daily and weekly level. So let's put week W there. And we'll drop a line on this 4 hour close because this is our support. So obviously this candle right here closed beneath this, obviously. So this candle, if it takes this candle out on a closing basis, this candle is going to close in a couple hours. Right at 9 o'clock, this thing will be done. If you take out this is a bear trap. And this just adds more weight to me that I'm looking for trades to the upside. So let's go look at a 5-minute chart and see if we can't figure out where we want to load up on this thing. So the London Open is probably put in the low of day. Right here is probably going to be the low of day. If not, then we're going to get smoked. I probably will be looking for an entry on this thing pretty soon. Because even if you just aim for the high of day up here, if you get a pullback, that's still a pretty good trade. But I'm looking much higher. Like I said, this is where I'm looking. I'm looking all the way up above 140 for that wick that was not touched. That is my target. Let's put it back on the chart so that way we know what we're looking for. It's this one right here. That's a pretty good piece of price. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. So I don't have to enter this right now. You know what I'm saying? With having that target up there gives you the opportunity to be patient and wait for your entries. This is the one thing that plagues new traders the most, is actually waiting for an entry. So right now we are smoking this stops up here. We'll probably get a push lower. Watch this 5-minute candle if you're looking for entries. Put your stop below that 5-minute candle. Use less than 1%. use like a 0.5% risk. That gives you approximately, let's see, 8.4 pips will put you in range if you want to attempt to take this trade. This way, if you get a stab below it, yes, you will get stopped out, but you're not losing much. And if it does decide to be bullish and take off, you're going to gain a lot more, right? Because I believe this is the weekly range expansion getting ready to take off. It is Taco Tuesday, so this is Turnaround Tuesday. People got a lot of different names for it, but the pound is the one I'm watching. Let's go look at the euro real quick, as these streams are not going to be very long, because I want to be off at least by 6:45 so I can get ready for the New York Open. Let's go look at the daily. What's up, everybody? Too early for the US. Yep. Good morning, CAD Swiss. Let's go look at CAD Swiss real fast before we look at the euro. My Forex. Where's it at? There it is. All right, so CAD Swiss looks good on the daily. It still looks bullish. You did find support right there. Was your support level? You just broke out above your 21 exponential moving average on the daily. You traded into your 50 and then bounced. So are you looking for bullish entries on this? I would be. I would not be looking for shorts. And you do have a target right here, a short-term target right there. You can see that you did trade up into that, but you have not taken it out yet. In order to take out this liquidity, you want at least a touch, preferably a wick through it, like completely through it, and then whatever happens after that happens. We don't know. But this is still a valid target. And yesterday was nice and bullish. This is a bull flag pattern-ish, kind of, sort of. You came up here. You closed above this resistance level, but not this resistance level. So that's okay, though. You got two resistance levels pretty close to each other. This candle started at 5 p.m. yesterday, so this candle is an inside range candle. Look for bullish entries, but you want to look for somewhere for this thing to find support, and you want it to show support, right? First area of support that I would look for would be 073611, this level here. If that level does not hold, you got one right there, and then ultimately this level down here. So you've got three areas right here. It's going to be kind of difficult. It doesn't show me anything that I really love. It's also trying to hold up right here. So this is your breakout. You're retesting it. This candle does have some momentum to the downside. It is a 4-hour candle. That looks scary to some traders, but it can absolutely become bullish. All right. So on CAD Swissy, you are looking for support to hold where it currently is now, or 73504. And even down here, it can still be bullish. So if what I'm basically saying is if you start to see 1-hour candles close beneath one of these two lines, then you're going to have to wait on this level down here or this hourly level. Either way, I don't know. It's got a lot of momentum right now heading to the downside. So give it a minute to relax. Give it a minute to relax. See this on a 5-minute chart? That's clearly selling. That is momentum to the downside. If you try to step in front of something like this, you're going to get ran over. When is it not like this? Like if it's just a slow, methodical, pushing nice little waves to the downside, that's a pullback. This is actual selling pressure. So kind of give it a minute to see what it wants to do on CAD Swiss. Oil is bullish as well this morning, but it's not super bullish. Let's go look at US oil real fast. You're having a pullback, but it's not nothing major. I was looking at the daily chart. You can see that it is being slightly bullish on the day. Yesterday, you had a wick down, pullback. You already moved higher. So you're basically trading in the inside of a range. This is your leg to the downside. This is what you're trading in. So, I mean, if oil catches a bid, you have to think that CAD will probably catch a bid as well. And that would basically swat the USD CAD trade. But as long as CAD is weak, this thing's going to get a push. CAD Swiss is not weak, though. It's just having some bearish momentum right now. So, yeah. You can see it's basically doing the same thing. If I had to guess on this thing, I would say the day is probably going to trade down the rest of the day. So I don't know if I'd be looking for longs on this asset just yet. Just watch those 3 levels. All right, let's go back to Euro real fast. That way we know what we're looking for on the Euro. The Euro also is being like bullish as yesterday and today inside this Friday's candle. So these are both inside days. You have support right below you at one spot 20362. However, it is struggling with the 120 big figure right now. Right? The 120 big figure is just beneath it. Well, it's just beneath us, this support level here. So never mind. It's all the way down here. So basically you can trade all the way down to there and you're still bullish. Your overall structure is still to the bullish side. Your moving averages are down here as well. So I wouldn't probably be looking for bullish entries on this spot unless it absolutely holds there. I would choose this spot a little bit better, as this would give it a fake out, so to speak, and then a push higher. Because if we take out this swing right here, people are going to think that it's rolling over, because it's the near-term trend is structured to the downside still. Still looks like a selling opportunity, but this was a ton of momentum coming off of this low. So I am looking for momentum to carry on to the bullish side. And like I said, a little rule of thumb you can just add to your toolbox. Anytime you're over the 21 EMA and the 21 EMA is over the 50 on a daily closing basis, you're basically looking for bullish entries. Basically looking for bullish entries. Because that tells you the trend is the near-term trend is to the upside. So yeah, on Euro USD, I'm going to wait for a test of one spot 20362 or one spot 19790. One of these two areas, I believe CAD may turn around. See what pound is doing still. Yeah, I'm going to try to get into this if I can today, if it gives me an opportunity. The hourly chart is range bound as crap though, and that really sucks. Did you take out that 4 hour? You're trading at that open of that bearish candle. So the closure is going to matter. This is going to be a bear trap. So we will be looking for a price to roll over to one spot 38757. Maybe. I don't know if it will go that far. If it does, that's probably... Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah, let's watch these two areas for entry this morning. Like I said, I don't mind eating a 0.5% loss if I'm wrong on this trade, because I know what the upside is. Upside is up here, right? I don't believe it's going to get there in one day, obviously, but that is my weekly range target. Aussie dollar, it's been, oh man, it's been getting crushed. No, not really. You're still intraday, inside day. So yeah, here's support right here, but that's the obvious support. I would probably be looking for this support instead, because that's just the obvious support level. So see if you get a touchdown there to 77,529. You got a target right here, right there at 0.78159, and then ultimately this is going to be your weekly range expansion target, 0.78494. Thanks, Heath Cadyen. I entered at 86.45. Looks like a break of a bear flag. So good trade. Have to manage. You are welcome, Philip. Could you explain the bear trap once more, the psychology of it? Yeah. Let me go back to pound real fast. 4 hour. So the psychology of it is essentially people are looking at this with a short-term bias to the downside. Because after this bullish push, you have 1-2 legs to the downside. So this already, even to me, looks like a rollover, like it's rolling over. It's finding resistance and it's pushing lower. So basically what some traders will do is they will wait for these breaks. This tells them, hey, this is a break of support with a 4 hour closure. That's how I trade. So that's how a lot of other people trade as well. Because, yeah, sometimes you will be wrong, but a lot of times it does give you the near-term trend direction by looking at closures, right? So this pushing lower, and it's like a solid push lower. It isn't like you closed good beneath that level. That is a 4 hour break of structure, and you closed there. So any push up on this candle, people were getting short. And that's why you're seeing such a rip right now. So basically people shorted here, right? People shorted at this 5-minute candle as well. That's why you're getting this massive rip, because they're wrong. I was looking at this as a bullish entry since I did the Outlook Sunday because of that target up there. That's the only reason. Near-term price isn't telling me anything. It's in a range. It's wacky trading. You know what I'm saying? This is your near-term range. It's kind of wacky, dude. But your daily closure's up here. You took out this resistance. So you have to look at this as a pullback. Also, you're above all your major moving averages. And the near-term momentum was to the upside on this push higher. So you have to look at this as a pullback until your daily candles support level is taken out. Once that happens, I will no longer be looking for bullish entries on this asset. So I hope that works. Yeah, it's just it's a fake out, so to speak. This push lower and a close below gets people more on the bearish side. They were targeting this wick down here, and they were wrong. That's the psychology behind it. So that'll also feed into the momentum pushing this thing higher today as well. Yeah, it's hard to get this stuff, guys, but if you just give yourself patience and time, you're absolutely going to be able to see stuff like this. It just takes a little time. Gotta go catch up later. All right, Ed. Yeah, I'm going to shut it down in a little bit, man. This was just basically getting people to understand why I'm looking at pound dollar so much. Euro USD looks bullish as well, like I said, but I'm not so much focused on this trade. Not yet. You can clearly see that this 4-hour push on the euro is not nearly as strong as the 4-hour push on the pound. So you haven't even reached the opening price of this past 4-hour candle. You did get a close beneath your support levels. Your next support level is all the way down here. So if this fails to go higher, if it fails to hold the support, you can look for higher prices on the euro. But it's been so bullish, I want to see this thing pull back a little deeper and consolidate. The pound is why that thing looks like golden, but I could be wrong always. So this is that swing low you will be watching on the pound. And Bitcoin, let's talk about Bitcoin real fast. I know people are happy because this thing had a lot of steam coming off these lows down here. I'm happy. I'm a bull on Bitcoin. But you got to look at this with a little bit of skepticism at least, right? This is your first area of resistance, 55,696 on a daily closing basis. You haven't even tested that level yet, and you're already starting to wane with your momentum. This is your momentous candle. This is going to be a small candle, or it is a small candle right now, I should say. That's going to be your first area. You need to get a closure above that. You get a closure above $56,000, and you're probably looking for higher prices on Bitcoin. But this is going to be the line in the sand. As long as you're closing daily candles below that area, sellers are going to look to attack it again. So basically, they're looking at this as a dead cat bounce. I wouldn't necessarily be looking at it as a dead cat bounce. Like I said, that was a momentous candle. You took out 1, 2, 3, 4 days of price action on one daily close. That's going to have some follow through, more than likely. So I'm looking for higher prices on Bitcoin currently. I'm not day trading Bitcoin, obviously. I'm a hodler only. So basically, my favorite setup on the day is going to be the pound dollar. I will be watching the Euro USD. And also, I'm keeping an eye on Doge. Let's go look at Doge. Looking at Doge. Doge is absolutely... I had a nice short on it Thursday, and then I tried to take another short on it. That short did not work. You can see Doge is clearly trading back up inside of the range. It is struggling right now against this resistance level, 28, 0.28, whatever, Satoshis, 28, whatever that is. So that's the level, though, that is holding support right now, or resistance. So basically what I may do is I may look to enter a small buy. I actually think I'm already long. Yeah, I think I'm already long. Let me see. Yeah, I'm already long. I'm long from that area. So that's cool. So that's good. Let me see how bad this thing is still getting crushed. Any advice for me? Thanks, Heath. Let me read your comment. Hey Heath, I was deleveraged Bitcoin trade while it was pulling back below 50K last week. I'm looking forward to add back lightly leveraged position, but I do not see Bitcoin pulling back to my sub at 51K. Any advice? Yeah, let's go back to Bitcoin real fast. So hopefully you heard what I just said. As far as resistance is right above your head, you're going to possibly see resistance at 55,705. So you basically do not want to be entering any leverage longs right now with that level right above your head, right? Because you're probably going to struggle a little bit, to say the least. This candle did have some momentum, but today does not have much momentum. If you look at a 4 hour, you can see how you're rolling over. Now, this, I do like this. This push was trying to push lower, and then you taken out that on a 4 hour closing. Can this be a bull trap? It always can be. But as of right now, you have to treat it like it isn't, right? So your support level is down here. If you want to enter a lightly leveraged position, targeting this, at least your first resistance level, let's see what kind of a trade that would give you. If you put your stop below the low of this bullish candle, that's a 2-to-1 or a 2-to-1 risk to reward, right? Almost exactly 2-to-1 risk to reward to your resistance level. So if you're looking for lightly leveraged bullish position, you want to make sure that this level right here, 504040 or 54040 holds. Nope, that was wrong. It's this level here, 54025. So if you get a push down on this 4 hour candle to this level, right there you could possibly look for long, put your target or your stop beneath the wick of that bullish candle. This is not financial advice. All right. Trading leveraged offers a high deal of risk. You got to keep that in mind. So as long as you got your risk defined, you know what you're looking for, might be a good spot. This was a lot of momentum. And you can see this bearish candle tried to close lower and was unable to. So this looks okay. This is going to be your resistance level though. Keep that in mind. So you might want to exit some of that position. If you get a push up to 55,705, then move your stop up to break even. Remove all the risk off the table. You will still be, it's not a free trade obviously, because I don't believe in free trades. Just because you took your risk off the table and you can't lose money, that doesn't mean you have a free trade, because you're still risking the unrealized P&L. So moving your stop up to break even gets the original risk off of the table, and you will be risking just the unrealized P&L. And you're always going to be risking unrealized P&L. So that's just something you have to learn to live with. But that's what I'd be looking for, Jeeth. Moon is keeping me up anyway. Seems like 56 plus will be a good new entry on Bitcoin. No, I mean, yeah, you're welcome, Ajith. I'm looking at 54 if you're looking for bullish entries. But like I said, that's for, you got resistance right above your head. Just keep that in mind. Do I believe Bitcoin's going to be much more higher than this? Absolutely. I think buying Bitcoin at $50,000 or even $60,000 is still cheap. But I've got a longer term time frame horizon. If you're looking for entries for today, you want to watch 54.025. Put a stop beneath that bullish candle, and there you go. That's defined risk. ETH is looking good. ETH is pushed back almost up into its all-time high again. This is your all-time high. I don't see a position staring us in the face on ETH for any bullish entries. Because again, you are trading into resistance. You're trading into 4 hour resistance right now. Ooh, I do like this. You got a higher close on yesterday's candle. You closed above resistance. So going back into a 4 hour, let's see how these 4 hour candles are acting around that 25.17 level. Yeah, but your target is right there, 26.46. Yeah, I don't like buying stuff at highs like this. Because you don't really know how much further it's going to go. But it looks strong. It looks like it's heading up. And then Doge already did. I'm already bullish on it. The price action told me that this thing does not want to go lower. It's consolidating. Now it hasn't taken out this resistance level yet. My stop is I think my stop is just below, let me see where it is. Yeah, my stop is just below this wick right here, this bullish wick. So if it pushes down there and takes me out, I'm okay with it. This thing looks like it's probably going to try another run to the upside, at least a small run to the upside. I'm not looking for new all-time highs on Doge. I'm just looking at it as like this thing had an opportunity to trade lower, and the bears were unable to keep it down there. The bulls have already pushed it right back up into this range. So, I mean, can this still roll over and head lower? Absolutely it can. Absolutely it can. But it looks to me currently like it is trying to move a little bit higher. Let me see here. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to be looking at, guys, for the day. S&P 500 is just tested support, 4184, spot 80. You are up at all-time highs. You can see this test here. This just happened on the S&P 500. So this is probably going to have some follow through to the downside. I would be looking for this 4184 level as a target, possibly. I mean, it's just a very small pullback. But this price action tells you everything you need to know. You had a nice bullish push. It's just a 5-minute though. And then you fell back lower, way lower. So you're back into your range. Looks like the bulls or the bears are going to win today, possibly, on the S&P 500. It is at all-time highs. You did make a new all-time high on this previous 4-hour candle. So it just looks to me like it's running out of steam. It's just running out of steam. This was a nice consolidation. People bought it up, man. Yeah, it's probably going to get a little bit volatile and hard to deal with up here. NZD was weak on the day, but it looks more bullish. Also, it's structured more bullish. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, you just touched daily resistance yesterday, and that's what's going on right now. You are testing this candle right now. That's a pretty strong red candle, though. I don't know if I'd be looking for bullish entries on this today. Where's your moving averages at? Way beneath you. So, yeah, it is structured to the bullish side. I would be looking for bullish entries on it, but I don't know if I would be looking for those entries today. Pound yen. Pound yen is green on the day. Interesting. Everything else is red on the day. Pound yen is green. Let's go look at it. Chopping around. There is a target. It's too late. Probably on pound yen. It's going to be targeting this up here. This level. It's that descending trend line. Let me go look at it. I don't even really like it because of that push above it already. So that's better. So it's not going to come into play anytime soon. Daily resistance is going to be right there. 151, spot 274. I don't like this this crazy price action up here on this 153.20 level. Obviously, you can tell that level was very, very important. I don't know why it was very, very important. Oh, is that 4-hour support or resistance? So you're breaking out above your 4-hour resistance level right now. A retest of that level might be a possible entry on pound yen. Let's get some targets. First bullish target would be this wick high right here at 150 spot 974. That's a nice trade. That's 60 pips from this line. Alright, so going back into the 5-minute chart, what I would be doing is I would watch this candle right here. This one. Right? Put your line right there on pound yen. You get a retest of 150, spot 368. Stop beneath the low of this bearish candle. Right there. You'll be risking six pips on the trade. Don't just put a buy limit order there, because if a big red candle comes in, the momentum alone can push you through these two levels, right? So you don't want to get stopped out on that. You want to let the first candle push into it and show rejection. Once you see that it's unable to close a 5-minute candle beneath it, then you can look for getting in bullish. Once again, this is not financial advice, guys. If you take these trades and you get stopped out, it's 100% on you, but it's what I'm looking for. That's what I would be looking for. Your target is right up there, 150 spot 974. You're already trading above the high of day, so high of day cannot be your target. So generally in a circumstance like this, I would probably let it pass since you're trading at high of day. Your main daily resistance is all the way up here, though. Let's see if we have any smaller term. You're trading into it right now. Yeah, I mean, basically this. Yeah, I'd be watching this level right here, possibly for entries, looking for this target up here. If you don't think that it's going to make it up there, you could take, if it gets up to here, you could take your first piece off, like a third of the position. Move your stop up to break even and then let the rest ride. It's definitely got some bullishness coming into it. Obviously, sellers are going to be looking at this as a selling opportunity because in the near term, you have impulse to the downside, consolidation. So this is your consolidation. This is your spot to get short. This was the resistance level right here. If I put it on the chart and outline it for you, you can see just how beautiful this strategy works. Pushed up into that, failed. They got short again. You even took out your lower support level. So this can be an area to get short as well. But I like it for the bullish trade because you are above all your major moving. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, this is a 4 hour. Sorry. Ooh, yeah. That changes things. I don't know. I think I would let pound yen slide for today. Just because it's already trading at high of day. Your 21 is sitting right there. So you did get a bounce off your 50, but shorts are going to be looking to hit this again. It's up to you. It's up to you. That's the levels that I would watch on it. This one right here. You get a close below it, I would be done with it. And I wouldn't be looking for this to happen right now. I would be looking for this to happen around 7 to 8, right? 7 to 8. That's why I'm getting ready to bounce so I can get ready. Obviously, sometimes trades do take off at this time, but not very often. Most of the time, it's around the New York Open. Let me answer a few questions and then I'm going to take off. You are welcome. Hi, he thinks you answered Bitcoin question. Can we have a quick look at 88.2? Yeah, I'll look at that. Good morning, Monique. What about the NAS 100? What's up, Heath Taylor checking in? What's on, everybody? Janet Swift, good morning. How are you this morning? Heath, please post a notification at everyone in our Discord whenever you go live. I did, Adrian. I did. Right here it is. At everyone. It doesn't work for me either. I don't know why. I don't get the alerts either. But I did. What was that? NAS 100. Yeah, let's look at it real fast. It probably looks just like the S&P 500. Yeah, you broke out small. You did not take out that wick. Did not take out that wick. I mean, it's bullish. Obviously, you're going to be above all your major moving averages. Your structures to the upside. You just took out massive resistance. You've been trading inside of a range. However, are there any positions that I see right now looking for like a bullish setup? Not really. All your hour candles are right here, so you can't even find 1 hour support except for all the way down here at 13,976. So I mean, just to get down there would take a couple hours. That would put you well into the New York Open. However, that would be a lot of momentum. to the downside. So I mean, I wouldn't be looking for trades in the NAS 100. That's just my opinion. I just think there's better setups out there right now. Like pound dollar, for instance. Euro dollar might be a setup today. I don't know. But that you can see how it's so similar to the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is having a little bit more push lower than the NAS. So I just don't see anything. I can't give you any. You have a bearish 1 hour engulfing, aka outside range. So this 1 hour candle is probably going to look to find resistance right underneath this bearish candle at 14046. So that's probably going to be looked at as more of a selling opportunity. Pullbacks are generally looked at as buying opportunities. I mean, you're just kind of in this area that's like, I don't know. You've been trading sideways for several hours. So I really don't have nothing on that. And then, can we take a look at ADA? Yeah, let's go look at Cardano. Cardano is trading above daily resistance. That's very, very good. Will it hold that? That's the important part. Obviously, we won't know for another 13 hours if it does. But what you can do is you can watch smaller time frames, right? You can see how it's right now. It's just happening in the last few hours. You got last hour. This just happened. So right now, the momentum is to the upside on Cardano. Target would be this up here. So you're pretty close to it. If you get a pullback, roughly to 1.2744, around these highs up here, your daily, this is your daily area. So these 1 hour, you can see how they barely closed above, how that was respected. I mean, these levels work, guys. They work. Failure, respected perfectly. Look how it traded right up against that level. Traded it. Boom, there's your breakout. So I'm not a breakout trader. However, if you get a little small piece of a pullback, more than this, though, more than that, that's your first pullback since the breakout. So maybe, yeah, you want to watch this level down here. If you come back down here, you want to hold that on at least a 1 hour closing basis. If you close a 1 hour candle back below that level, then your bullish trade targeting 1.32 is invalidated. Invalidated. Also testing a weekly level, says Jay Bradley. Let's check it out. It sure is. Yeah. So scratch the bullish entry on the pound yen. Thank you, Bradley. See what I mean? You're learning so much, bro. You're telling me what to do. The bullish entry on the pound yen for today. Trading into that weekly level. That's this line right here, right now. This could absolutely reject and roll over. The daily's green though, so right now the momentum is to the bullish side. So I mean, it's going to be an individual call. But there's your pound. That's your bear trap right there. I am going to be looking for entries on the pound dollar. If it comes back and gives me one, that was a big move. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, so going into today, I'm going to be watching the pound dollar. I'm going to be watching Euro USD. I'm also going to keep an eye on USD Canadian dollar, as my friend Gus is already in the trade. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. It's obviously completely oversold. It's not something that I'm like expecting to just go crazy. Yesterday, for the last few days, you've had a lot of bearish momentum to the downside, including you also took out your daily support on this thing, right? Boom, there, 1.24052. You smoked that with yesterday's close. but that was a big range. So you closed right beneath of it. So it's not a super huge, like, definite, yeah, this thing's going lower. You're currently testing that level now to see if it wants to hold as resistance. But I'll keep an eye on it because it is so extended to the downside that if it does start to get some bullish momentum, this thing can have a massive pop, massive short squeeze to the upside. And I would like to be on that train. So I understand why Gus is taking the trade. It's just a risky trade. Very risky. Very, very risky. All right, guys. I know you. Yeah, I know. It seems to be what everybody's saying. I did post it in the Discord. I did put at everyone. It's just a quick session of what I'm looking at for today. Like I said, once the internet problem gets fixed, I'll be doing it more and more often. I will try to start doing it about every other day now. So that way you guys I can better help you to see what I'm looking for each and every day going into the trading session. Since it's 6:35 or 6:37 right now, I want to get off. So that way I can start looking for entries. So I'm going to say we'll see you later in the Discord. And make sure you trade safe. Make sure you trade smart. Happy trading, everybody.